What's up, my dudes, my dudettes, my dudenaries? Give me a minute here. I'm just trying to reset some hotkeys real quick. Oh, God. I don't know why. Did I reset my computer? Did they update it again? Maybe. I don't remember if I did. Update my computer or like reset it. So now I gotta like make sure all my hotkeys are also reset. What's up, Yosef Parsa? What's up, my dude, that dude, Neri? I'm surprised you actually showed up immediately. I'm not used to this. I'm not used to people showing up immediately. Sorry. I'm just trying to fix up my hotkeys real quick because for some reason they all just disconnected. I don't even remember updating OBS or resetting my computer recently. I think I might have once in order to like try to fix my old mouse, but yeah, I feel like that old mouse is just unsalvageable because like the USB just isn't working. Well, I say isn't working, but like I think a part of it is like busted to the point to where it sometimes just randomly disconnects. I did get a new mouse though. Did get a new mouse though. All right, hopefully these will work. There we go. Hold on, let me just reset this real quick. There we go. Hopefully everything should be in working order now. And my restream just keeps freezing up on me. Come on. Come on, restream. Work with me here. There we go. I think everything should be fine. Um, so I feel like first things first, I gotta get like stream schedule stuff out of the way. So yeah, tonight I don't know how long this stream is gonna be. In all honesty, I put like 4 hours at most because I was assuming it might take 4-ish hours. It might honestly be less than that because like we're playing like an alpha build of like a public alpha build of Spark Hearts. So I don't know how long that is. I've tried looking up Spark Hearts gameplay online without actually watching it, like, just like, so I could get like an idea of how long it could possibly be, but I see like one part one. I've seen like one person's playthrough that's like an hour long, like an hour and 12 minutes long. I don't know if it's actually an hour and 12 minutes long or if they only played an hour and 12 minutes of the game. But yeah, I'm just trying to see right now how long it will probably take us. I'm just assuming I've got it like at upwards of 4 hours, cause like this is an alpha build of the game, and this is basically like really early demo kind of stuff. And once again, it seems like there's probably more if you were to pay for the game, or not pay for the game, pay for like the Patreon or whatever. But like not really sure. Not really sure if that's the case, but yeah. From what I'm able to tell, it's probably not gonna take like it's not. I don't think it's gonna take that long for us to play through it. I said that, but then I remember yet another killing game where say we're totally gonna get through it in 4 hours, and then because of how my brain works, we ended up taking a bit more than that, a little bit more than that. Anyways, as I was saying before, what was I gonna say? Yeah. Tomorrow's stream for like tomorrow Sunday. I am planning on streaming at 2 p.m. Pacific time. Um, more of Prosecutor's Gambit, Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Gambit. Planning on finishing episode 3 finally, and then starting episode 4. And then this upcoming Tuesday on the 13th, I'm continuing Danganronpa Tetro Pink. I do have like some pink news related to that. Uh I'm just gonna keep it short and concise and I'll try to elaborate on it more. Elaborate on it more when we get there. When we get to the actual Tetra Danganronpa Pink stream. But yeah, Nani will not be joining us anymore. Well, mostly because she only has like once again, she only has one day off out of the week, so that sort of thing. And then there's also a couple of other things on top of there. So like I just want to like, I don't want to trouble her anymore and force her to be on like stream on me if she's not able to. I'll probably elaborate more on this when we get to the Tetra thing about the pink stream, but yeah, for those streams, Nani's not gonna be with us anymore. I don't know what we're gonna be streaming next Saturday. It's probably gonna be at the same time as today's stream, like 3 p.m. Pacific time once again. But I don't know what we're streaming next Saturday. I don't know if the next Zenless Zone Zero update is gonna have like a story mission or not a story mission, an agent story. Not sure if it is, but if it does, we'll probably play that. If not, I'm not completely sure what we're gonna do. I'm probably gonna try and prepare like a snoot game demo, a snoot game like a demo, because I've been kind of like delaying um playing like snoot game likes and like snoot game esque games for a while. Like Hold On to Me, Devlog, and then like Snoot Game Encore. I think I'm probably gonna play one of those next Saturday, if not Zenless Zone Zero. But yeah, that's basically what I was able to like, kind of piece together from like what my stream schedule is gonna be. I'm probably for Twitch, for my Twitch schedule, I'm probably gonna put it as like to be disclosed and then update it again. And then update it again when I get a confirmation of whether or not Zenless Zone Zero is gonna have like a story mission or an agent story or whatever in its next update. So far, I haven't heard any news on it, so like I'm just gonna assume that it won't. But yeah, to buy us a couple of minutes before we officially start the stream at 3 p.m. God, sorry, like my head kind of hurts like right here because okay, how do I even describe this? I ended up dropping like I accidentally brushed something off my desk. I brushed something off my desk. It was like my drawing glove that I have right here. Been doing a lot of Line Sensei's drawing tutorials on digital, trying to transfer to digital medium. I accidentally slid it off, and as I go to pick it up, I scooch back in my chair. Like, I don't know how, but like, I somehow perfectly angled myself in a way that I just bumped my head as I was like leaning down. I bumped my head on the corner of my desk. Like 2 days back, and now it kind of hurts. It's not that bad though. I think it's just like one of those minor bumps you get when you accidentally bump your head on something, or but like, man, I just don't. I've just looked back at it and I'm like, God, how did I let this happen? Um, Other than that, one more thing I wanted to update you guys on is if I can figure this out. God, I don't know why. Once again, this week is probably going to be a complicated one for me because like I'm trying to finish up my report, my final report for my senior project. I got it already mostly finished. I'm probably gonna turn it into my not turn it in, send the first draft to my teacher, get some feedback on that. But like the issue is printing it out because like what I have for my final report so far is like 89 pages. So I gotta find a way to print all of that out somehow, somewhere on campus. But like, it's probably gonna be super expensive if I go to the library to do it. But like, I gotta print it all out. Then I gotta have like the pages like laminated, put into like a booklet or whatever, and then I gotta turn it in. Not to mention, but like not tomorrow, but like Monday is probably like the last day I probably will have the practice in class for like when I do the presentation or like the poster presentation for like my senior project. And then this Friday, from 9 to 11 I gotta actually do like the presenting, which is tough because I usually try to work out around then, but I guess I'm gonna be doing that instead. I don't know. I'm probably gonna grab lunch after that, go back up to my room, do some things, go to my class, then work out, and then probably do my chores after my workout. I don't know. I guess I'm just not having dinner that night. I'm still trying to figure out what this week's schedule is going to be, in all honesty. Especially since, like, after next week, I think is the last week. It's going to be the last, is it? No, I still have one more week after that. 2 weeks from now, 2 weeks from now, I have like my graduation on Saturday, but I gotta move out either the day before or move out at the same day as graduation. Otherwise, it's like, well, even with the same day as graduation, it costs like 50 extra dollars per day I stay in my room. Like, I don't know why they set it up like that. I feel like you gotta give us like an extra day or like an extra week to like move out before you just kind of like move out us out during like the finals week, especially since like I feel bad for people who have finals at like night, because sometimes we have like nighttime finals and it's like on a Friday. So it's like, what are they supposed to do, move out, like move out before they have their final or whatever? Like, it just seems weird. It seems like a weird policy to me. But yeah, sorry about all that side tangent stuff. Anyways, I was trying to see if I can find it. I was trying to see if I could find it on my phone here, but like I guess I lost it, and we already kind of like past 3 o'clock now, so I'm probably just going to connect my display audio here to Spark Hearts first. Well, the Spark Hearts website. I wanted to go over its itch.io thing real quick before we continue here. But yeah. So Spark Hearts, my friend D sent it to me saying I should play it, and I added it to like my list for the longest time. I kind of, you may have noticed, but I try to go for like free. I try to play like a lot of free games or like a lot of games that don't cost a lot of money because I don't make any money off this channel. So I'm going like in the negatives, I guess, technically speaking. Like, I'm not necessarily doing it for the money, but it would be easier if I you know, got money so I could spend that money on more games, and then I could like play more of them for you guys, that sort of thing. But yeah, I usually play like a lot of like, usually on Saturdays especially. I try to play like a lot of game demo stuff or like free game stuff, just so I don't put a hole in my wallet. So like, because like this was like a demo and it was for free, I didn't mind like, trying to do like a one-shot stream of playing it, and I was like genuinely curious to see what well, I guess a furry VN outside of like the Snoot games would be like. Especially since a lot of this kind of seemed a little not necessarily reminiscent to Danganronpa, as in there is like a killing game or death game sort of thing going on. But I mean, like, well, let's just read the premise and you'll understand in a moment. So, premise. When a student in the most prestigious educational program in the world realizes the world is not what he grew up believing it to be, he begins to reject it and lead others with his own good and virtue. Explore Wander, a world of virtues lost to ignite the golden flame of the future. All right. Like, mostly the first part with the prestigious educational program, and like D kind of let me know a little bit that this guy's kind of an outlier. Probably someone from like I don't want to say a poorer background, but more like normal grounded background like Makoto is from like Danganronpa almost. And it like, has me curious, what would like a normal person in apparently the world most prestigious educational program, in a world that's like, where people are led by their own good and virtue, well, like led by like virtue, and it seems to have like an actual, can I zoom in a little bit? Like, it seems like there's an actual power system to it. Kind of like I want to say it's reminiscent. I want to say it's reminiscent to, okay, maybe it's because I watched it recently, but like to be Hero X, except instead of like trust in the people, I don't think it's more of like what kind of virtue it is. Maybe there is still like a trust system similar to like to be Hero X in it, but like that's how I'm viewing it, is like what type of virtue you have determines what kind of possible power you have, if there's an actual power to this. Like, I'm genuinely curious to see what they actually do with this. Yeah, I did get a new mouse and a new mouse pad, by the way. I did get a gaming mouse pad. God, it feels different from my old mouse pad that's like old and dilapidated. And this new mouse, I don't mind it at all. It just has like a few extra buttons that I can't use at all for some reason. It's also interesting because it has like this like I'm getting off topic. It's also interesting because it has like a shooting button which slows down the sensitivity a bit. So you can have it super fast, super slow, that sort of thing. Do, 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 do. Genuinely curious to see what the story is about. Setting. Spark Hearts takes place in the world of Wander. Okay, Wander. It's Wander and not Wonder. World of Wander. I wonder why it's called Wander specifically and how that's going to tie to the theme. A planet where its inhabitants coexist symbiotically. The planet thrives as its people live good and virtuous lives. But what is being good? What is being virtuous? I see. I see where it's leading back to. Now I'm suddenly starting to get back to Danganronpa vibes with Kill Cure. Let's see. Setting. Wait, read that. About okay. Free, safe for work. Thank God. Furry visual novel. I checked that, and there's a team here, which yeah, I mean some of them have 18 plus content, so visit at your own discretion. This is like Comet. I'm not gonna look at the links. Art director Cyan Rule. Sprite artist Carla Cir. I was about to say Circle. Is it Circe? 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 I'm not sure. Mookie Tamara. Is Mookie their actual name? And Ray Solar. Engineering, also Comet and Domingo. Voice director, Nick Nocturne. There's voice acting? Thank God. Is it fully voice acted, or do I have to voice act some parts of it? And then main composer, Mezem, and many more talented people. Development, Spark Hearts is currently under active development. As such, some assets may appear to be placeholder only. Okay, so understand. We intend to improve the quality of the game with each update. Yeah, I got the public version, the public alpha version. I don't know how old this is, but like, just so you know, we are playing the public alpha version, so this is like really early in development kind of stuff. I don't know if I'm ever gonna pick this up again. I'm gonna see how this stream does. See how many people show up, but like, if it does well enough, I might, add this to the poll. Might add this to like what we might stream. Heck, I might even stream this again if there's like, I don't know, a beta or like a full demo kind of release sort of thing, just to see what it's like. Anyways, one more thing before we actually start officially playing the game. Let's actually look at the teaser here. Will sound play? Hold on, I need to test this out real quick. Let's see if sound will play. God, is it that quiet? Hold on. Hold on. I guess it really is just that quiet. I might have to edit the display audio settings here. I'm gonna move it. I'm gonna leave it where it is and then just turn it up on the video here. It is already at max volume. Okay. Well, I guess I gotta turn this up. Let's put it at negative 25 now and then see how that goes. There's not gonna be any actual story to this. I was also gonna do it for free joke, but like, nah.
A world without
Okay, there we
suffering.
go.
That sounds like a wonderful world, right?
Okay. There's not much there. A world without suffering. So is that the kind of world our protagonist wants to make? Or is that what the school strives for? I am genuinely interested to see where this goes. Alright, I didn't test to see if this game will run at all. Let me put it in the background real quick. Let me put this in the background. I haven't tested to see if this game will run at all. By the way, if we do end up going 2 hours or like an hour and a half to 2 hours, that's when our first break will be. I should be getting like some food then, just a wrap and like an orange and like a shake. I kind of like the music. All right, well now that's got to go down. It's got to go down a little bit. There we go. Alright, am I loud enough? Or do I have to turn my voice up a little bit? It all kind of like blurs together here a little bit. I don't want the game sound to just like, let me go -10. I think that was where it was before, -10. Alright, I think that's good enough. Hopefully that's good enough. But yeah. Will I be able to access hotkeys? Let's give this a try. Hotkeys. So this is the support us, the blue sky. Was that what it was called? I forgot. And the Patreon, I'm assuming. Do hotkeys work? Or do I gotta alt tab out? Nope. Wait, hold on. I clicked the wrong hotkey. That's why. Alright, let's see. Okay, hotkeys do work with this game. Alright. I think everything's fine. I'm just gonna keep it like this for now. I think everything looks fine. Not sure how long this alpha build is, but we'll see. We'll also see if it's like fully voice acted or if I gotta do some voice acting. It doesn't look like there's that many characters, thankfully. It's definitely not a Danganronpa game. God, if I ever restream, or not restream, if I ever go back and stream V3, I don't know, as like an anniversary thing, or like just to like, just for fun or whatever sort of thing. I mean, even though I've already played it, like it's kind of like a replay through just to talk about the story and the characters or whatever and what I think about them. I'm gonna dread going back to V3 because not only would I have to voice all 16 of the characters and Monokuma, I also have to voice act every Monocub, which I'm pretty sure totals to about like 22 characters, right? So 17, yeah, 22. Hopefully we don't hit that high amount of characters here. It is mostly male characters though, so I might have a little bit of trouble trying to come up with like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 male characters, because main protagonists, if there are a male character, they just get my normal voice. So I'm probably gonna have to get really, really creative with how I voice the male characters. But yeah. Anyways, once again, this is Spark Heart's alpha public release version. So like this isn't like the maybe the version that's probably locked behind Patreon or whatever. Just so you guys know. So right now I kind of like the music. The music's pretty like catchy, jazzy, very like upbeat. Love it. Interested to see how all this. Okay, interested. Art looks good so far as well. Interested to see more of the character sprites, even if some of them might be work in progress.
Long ago,
Okay,
the
it's fully
world was but an
voice
empty
acted, thank God.
void, until a giant spark ignited the heart of the universe.
Okay, it is fully voice acted. Sound. Should I turn down the music a little bit? I'm gonna turn down the music a little bit. Can you talk again? I'm just trying to turn down the music a bit. A smidge. Just a smidge. I don't want to turn it completely silent here. Let me pull up my... Let me pull this up. I think that's good. I'm gonna leave it like right here. I just want to be able to hear the voices.
Inside the heart of our planet Wander exists the primordial flame.
Is this the protagonist voice? Okay, primordial flame, okay. So it's an actual power source.
Within each inhabitant dwells a kindling of the primordial flame.
Alright.
The dormant fire, as it is called, awakens when one leads a good and virtuous life.
Okay. But what is being good and virtuous? It kind of varies from culture to culture.
Their dormant fire bursts into a golden light.
Okay, is this literal or is this figurative, though? I assumed it was literal.
To the primordial flame, allowing it to burn ever bright.
Is the music still too loud? Or is this guy's voice just really quiet? I'm gonna turn it down a little bit more. I don't want the like music to be completely gone. I just want to be able to hear the guy's voice.
continuing this cycle of life.
Okay, so reincarnation then?
For those who do not lead a virtuous life, their dormant fire slumbers, never to return to the primordial flame.
Okay. Is the primordial flame, is it like infinite or is it limited? Like if enough people don't live virtuous lives, will the flame eventually die out? From what I understand here, it's like being recycled. Allowing it to burn ever bright makes it sound like it might be limited. Continuing the cycle of life. Either that means like more like reincarnation, all that sorts of things. So yeah, does that mean if enough people don't live virtuous lives, the music just kind of stopped? There we go. If not enough people live virtuous lives, does that mean that like that the primordial flame will go out and just all life just stops
A
existing?
kindling of the primordial flame extinguished, disrupting the cycle of life.
Right.
For generations, our ancestors instilled and heeded the doctrine
God, this art is very cute. It's so soft. I love this art style so much. It's so soft.
that one must create a world of good and virtue, not
Right?
just for your own world, but also for the worlds of others.
Okay. But once again, good and virtue, like, kind of like vary from person to person. I get that. Not just good and virtuous from your, like, does this line mean from your own point of view or other people's point of views as well? Because once again, sometimes even like people's versions of good and virtuous could like also conflict
For
a
many
bit.
millennia under this
Usually there's like a
guidance,
universal
Wander
constant.
prospered and flourished.
Hmm.
That was until the introduction of the moral codes.
Moral codes.
The moral codes defined a maxim of what is good and virtuous.
Oh boy. Alright, so this is where we pave our own way. What do the moral
Good
codes
and virtue became anything done to increase the overall happiness of oneself.
of someone like oneself, like themself?
What was to perfect a samsara of virtue sparked the planet's destruction,
Oh, okay, so it backfired immediately. Got it.
and virtue turned into vitriol. Interpretation of the moral codes established the basis for egoism.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Many wanderers center the world around themselves rather than the words.
Oh, that's why they're
ancestors
called
passed down
wanderers.
to us.
Alright, I get it. Because they're trying to I see. They call the people wanderers because they're wandering around trying to find their own their own point of view, their own like virtues, I guess. Alright. Okay, now I was wondering why they called the world wander. Now I know.
Good and virtue gradually dissipated into nothing but a flickering ember.
Right. Did the world almost
Wander
die?
withered into a wasteland as dormant fires hibernated in a cold, virtueless planet.
God, okay, is virtue gonna be like this game's hope and despair?
While hope seemed all but
God damn
lost,
it!
a young
No!
hero emerged from
No!
the world's waning wicks.
As soon as I said it, no hope, no. All
They
right,
were
let's
known
continue.
as the Traveler.
The Traveler. Since when did this become Genshin? All right,
With nothing but a good heart and a compass of virtue, they
virtue.
set off to travel a desolate world. As the travelers sojourned, they told
Okay.
hopeful tales of the past.
Okay. He's the Messiah. I'm
Of
not
a
the
world
Messiah.
flourishing with hope,
Hope?
wonder, and virtue.
God. Virtue. Okay, at this point, I don't. Okay, the next time we do this, someone needs to remind me. But like, bring like a shot, like bring some alcohol with me. We're gonna do a drinking game of how much they say virtue.
Through their efforts,
Okay.
the travelers sparked the kindlings of Wander's people.
Kinda like a bard, I see.
Wanderers far and wide, with newfound flames burning golden bright, began uplifting the world with deeds of good and virtue.
Is this all literal or is this all
However, it
mythological?
still wasn't enough to reverse Wanderers' impending destruction.
But
One
how did
tale
they
the
reverse it?
traveler knew told the legend of where the primordial flame rests.
So is this about trying to find the MacGuffin that is the primordial flame?
Above the center of Wander is where it's foretold to reside.
Above the center of it. Kinda like where the heart is. It's not necessarily in the center of your chest, but it like slightly to the left.
It's been said a being of pure good and virtue can connect to the primordial flame
Right? Like
to
directly?
connect with all of Wander.
Hmm.
As the traveler trekked to the center of the
Oh
planet,
god. Okay,
it
they
reckoned
are just the Messiah. Got it.
with what could only be described as a trance. They linked themselves to the primordial flame.
Is this like depending on how we play, assuming there are going to be multiple endings if it's not just straight away? Will this be the protagonist's
Spoke
role?
words of virtue, the entire planet, their audience. For millennia, the world and its people lived good and virtuous lives.
Jesus Christ. Okay, can I cancel the idea of doing a drinking game with this? Because I've heard so much virtue, alright? I've lost count of how much virtue is in this game. I feel like if I would die before we even got past the opening monologue, if I were to do a drinking game with how much they say virtue.
Our world
It's
went to
already,
ruin
it's already
when we
beat.
stopped
It's
living
already
for the
beat
good of all.
Danganronpa with hope and despair.
When we stopped expanding our worlds
Oh
and
my god.
virtues.
Okay, yeah, the virtues. Okay, but what does it mean to be good and virtuous?
So, shine bright, bearers of the golden flames. Extend your world to others, and others will extend theirs for yours.
I guess, sure. I mean, it's a little dangerous message. There will always be people who try to take advantage of others. But, like, I can't say you gotta close yourself off to other people completely, because there are still people out there willing to help. It's a matter of knowing who the right people is.
Go forth and lead a good and virtuous life.
Jesus Christ.
A virtuous life only
He basically
you
is.
have
He
the
is
power
furry
to shape.
Jesus.
A flash of golden, healing light embraced the globe.
Did he just
Of
die?
celebrations, of milestones, of birth, of death.
Yeah, he died. Alright, cool.
The people mourned all that's been lost to the moral codes, vowing to restore the world by living true and virtuous lives.
Okay, this feels
And
mythological at
just
this
as
point.
the traveler appeared from nowhere, so too did they vanish. Many believed they were just a legend, a messenger, a second chance for the world.
Okay, so he is just the
But in
Messiah,
their
got it.
kindling, the world prospered once more, and to this present day. This legend, the traveler's tale, has been passed down from generation
God, is
to
the music
generation
really this
to
loud?
heed its cautionary lesson and to never repeat history again.
Cool. Could you speak up a bit? I could barely hear you over the piano. I've already turned it down. He's just fucking quiet. Alright, I'm gonna put it like, I'm gonna put the sound like right here. Speak up, and the music goes away as soon as I turn down
I
the
never
music.
grew tired of that tale.
Alright, so who are you? I kind of like the UI here a little bit. It's also very poppy.
I've always admired the traveler.
Our protagonist here. Oh god, is our protagonist actually like a reincarnation of the Traveler somehow? They did say that living a good and virtuous life does mean your soul returns to the primordial flame, and that the cycle of life
And
continues.
how I've always longed to be like them.
Okay. Why is there just an image of the protagonist right above
Is there
your
something
seat?
you would sacrifice to realize your dreams?
Hmm.
For me,
Sacrifice.
I'd stop nothing short of sacrificing the world.
Um, is that good and
You
virtuous? I
see,
feel like that's a bit
my
much.
dream is to save the world.
That's why I must damn it first so I could save it from myself.
So
Top
let me let
secret.
you in on a secret.
What is this here? Let me read all this. Okay, so once again, our protagonist. Top secret, approaching 0 Kelvin. I would wear a yellow jacket if I had one, but I don't. I only got green and blue. I'm sorry. I do have a silver one and a black one and a gray one, but I don't have yellow. Let's see. Approaching 0 Kelvin, case studies into climate change. God. Wuthering the Wanderer's Tale, and oh God, an interdisciplinary study on virtue and climate. Unprecedented storm takes the flame of a child. Oh, they call it flame instead of life. Okay, that's cool. I think that's neat. I like little stuff like that, alright? I like this. I like little stuff like that because they call, like, their souls, like, kind of like the primordial flame is like where all life comes from, alright? So, of course, they would call, like, the life, or they would see life as, like, equal to fire. So I think that's neat. I like little stuff like that. I like little world building stuff like that. I think that's neat. Deny, do not print. Extreme weather events, blah, blah, blah. Scientists point to climate change. God, is it all about climate change? It's all climate now. And storm. It's Virgil. Virgil took the life of the child. Uh, hmm. Is like our protagonist some sort of like reporter, perhaps? If this all relates to them?
Our world is dying.
Due to climate change.
Being the very important
Or,
person
I
that I
guess,
am,
or is it because the primordial flame dying? And because the primordial flame is dying, climate change is happening? Because, yeah, it would, because they did say before that the world grew cold. Maybe they were literal when they said that. The world grew colder. Fire could represent warmth. I guess since fire in this story represents life, it could represent warmth. So the primordial flame going away would mean that, yeah, the world would literally grow colder. So yeah, actually, you know what? That makes sense.
a director of sorts, if you will, I'm privy to such knowledge.
Okay.
With that aside, I've cast my actors and wrote the script.
Okay, so there's a guy like trying to control things from behind the scenes. What's the point?
Because in order to save the world I love,
I must condemn it.
and the worlds of those I love,
Worlds of those I love. Okay, is it literal worlds or are you just saying like the lives?
I must set the stage and
Yeah,
provide
it actually
the
is.
script.
I condemn the world to death in order to save it.
It's paradoxical, isn't it?
Strange, isn't it?
Yet in many ways,
God,
it's just like the traveler.
is it? I don't think I'm gonna be able to scroll over here. Long ago, is it? I'm literally rereading the story. Is it though? Is it? The traveler didn't condemn the world to travel. They just traveled around the world and told hopeful stories of the past. All those sorts of things and hope that people would change and do the right thing and actually be virtuous. They didn't damn the world.
They replaced the world with something new and flourishing.
Did they though?
My dream is likened to nothing more than repeating history itself.
All right, so this guy's has a god
I
complex. Here we
want
go.
what's best for the world, to afford the world with the promise of tomorrow.
Is this the mask guy?
Ah,
Put down your
our
book.
actors are on stage.
Once again, why is this here? An image of the
The
protagonist.
first act is about to begin. Center
In the
stage,
alpha build.
Maru Chikyugi.
Maru Chikugi. God, I just realized his last name has a Yugi in it. Yugi Moto.
You're the one
Maru
who will.
Chikugi. What does that name mean? I'm curious now. We're searching, we're pausing the stream. I'm gonna see if that name means anything or if it's just gibberish. Okay, so Maru. Maru name meaning, which means round circle. Oh, for fuck's sake. For fuck's sake, did I just spoil the game for me? Maru, round, perfect, or full circle. Almost like the circle of life. Alright, what does Chikyugi mean? Does it mean traveler? Chikyugi. Globe. Does it actually mean globe? What does Chikyugi? Okay, Chikyu means globe, but what does Chikyugi mean? Chikyugi does mean globe. Round and globe, huh? Literally the world. Alright. Shit, I skipped. I think I skipped. Alright, and I think I skipped. Let's start from here.
You're the one who will.
What? Like the one who will basically become the traveler again? Alright.
No, you have to be the one who will.
Have to be the one.
I'm running out of time. Perhaps this may be my last chance
For what? Okay, is he
to
dying? What's
realize my
coding?
dreams.
Literally gonna condemn the world to death in order to save it.
Just like the traveler. I believe in you, Maru. I believe in you, sir.
Alright, they just played the same soundbite 3 times for the cough.
Make me proud. One last time.
One last time. That? I don't know. Could be, in all honesty. Let me drink some water real quick and then we'll continue. If you can hear me, please remember. Okay, yeah. Once again, this is an alpha build. God, I'm getting V3 vibes. 2D environment with like 2D
Did you
sprites with
say something?
3D oh god, this is cool. 2D environment with 3D with like a 3D environment with 2D sprites. Sorry. That's what I was trying to say. Kind of like pop out. Gives me massive DR vibes. Yeah, as you can see, this is still an alpha build, so like I feel like these backgrounds are a bit unfinished. I feel like they'll be a bit more polished when the full game comes out. But right now it's a little like black backgrounds here. Chairs kind of stand out. This also stands out because the lighting is a little awkward. Same thing here. I mean, it is all repeated, but it makes sense because it's like all chairs of like a theater, I suppose. But like, I don't know, maybe dim the lights, fixed up the lighting a bit, and we'd have something pretty nice here. This, I don't know what these are supposed to be at all. I feel like those are placeholders for something that would probably be in like a more upgraded version of this game. We have a Steven Universe shirt. God damn it.
Nope. Just standing here, all quiet and awkward like.
Thank God it's all fully voice acted. Hmm. Yeah, you can also tell with the sprites. If we look back at Maru, yeah, like his seem finish, his seems a little bit rougher. Guess it was me. Guess it was just me then. I'm probably just hearing things.
You don't look too hot.
Says you.
Just nervous. That's all.
Nervous doesn't begin to describe how I'm feeling. What am I even doing here?
I I know I shouldn't be though.
Shouldn't be here or shouldn't be nervous.
I mean, it's pretty overwhelming, right?
I feel like this is neat. This is a neat function.
I mean, after all, starting today, our whole lives are gonna change.
Yeah? His sprites
Welcome,
seem fat.
25th cohort, to the National Historian Program.
25th cohort. Okay, so like 25th like class. Got it. Alright, his sprite seems a bit more finished, I guess. At least with the flat colors. I don't see any shading there. Any shading though. Was this the guy at the beginning? I need to hear
I'm
his voice.
Ransom Plaxmere, the
Mhm.
new headmaster of the institution.
His name is Ransom. Alright. New headmaster.
First and foremost, I'd like to congratulate you.
There's suddenly zero music whatsoever.
Being selected
Now
to
I
be
feel like an
part of the
ass.
National Historian Program, the most prestigious educational program in the world, is
Okay.
no small feat.
Hmm. The most elite members of the workforce and academia? Yeah, I pronounced that right. Are among us. Among us? Sorry. Individuals who are the epitome of good and virtue. It's humbling, really, because I wonder what I've done to end up here. To lead the world and guide its virtues. It was just yesterday that I left home to be a part of this program. Please be voice acted. Please, please, please. Fuck! No! Alright. Goodbye, Auntie Elaine. Goodbye, Uncle Stu. Goodbye, MC. Oh, sorry. Whoops, 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 whoops. Goodbye, MC. It won't be the same without you, Sonny. MC. Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? I don't know why I didn't fucking notice it earlier, but yeah, his initials are literally MC, like a main character. God damn it. I don't know if that's on purpose, but if it was, god damn. Don't forget to call. And don't forget to eat. You always forget to eat. Sorry, I've my vocal cords are not warmed up at all. Make sure you drink water and get enough sleep. Take that from me, and don't follow my footsteps when I was in college. Or me. We were both at all the parties. Ha, we probably don't need to worry about that too much, hon. Good old MC would never be partying because he's too busy helping others out. Or he's in his housing unit playing those, what do you call them? Visual novels? Oh god, visual novels, uh-huh. Here you go. Visual novels. Visual novels. And what was that cartoon like from a faraway land? Is it anime? Oh my god, it is just anime. Anime? Anime. It's a genre of animation, not just one cartoon. Oh, good. I was a little worried that you were just watching the same movie every day. I don't watch anime every day. It was nice knowing they knew my hobbies, though during that moment it was really flustering. Oh, and one last thing. What is it? Make sure you wear clean underwear. I feel like if I'm assuming we're like 18 or 19. I feel like if I got this far in life without wearing clean underwear, I'd be more concerned. Come on, you two, you're embarrassing me. This would be my first time away from home. I grew up and lived. Okay, sorry, I missed the. This would be the first time away from the home I grew up and lived in my entire life in. My entire life in. Sorry, my brain tries to simplify things. I've never had to say farewell before, so I kind of awkwardly stood there, delaying the inevitable. In the media I've consumed, these goodbyes were often filled with gut-wrenching and heartfelt sayings. You know, in all my animes. All I felt then was stillness. Like a snapshot of time that I'd remember for as long as I live. Well, this is it. I'll come by as often as I can, okay? Don't worry about us. Oh, don't worry about us. Plus, who knows how hard it'll be to come back once you're gone. We'll be fine. Besides, you've already taken such good care of us. That's what I'm worried about. Will you two really be okay without me? I assure you, we will. Right, dear? Yes, you've given us so much. Now now is the time for you to live for yourself. Yeah, you tell him, hon. You can't live without expanding your horizons. There comes a point where you gotta create your own world. Create your own virtues. Virtue's last reward. My world is here with my beautiful wife. Auntie Elaine smiles and holds Uncle Stu's hand. You two didn't used to live here, right? Those days are... those are days past, I'm afraid. But I'd say our lives here are much better. Yep, I agree. Though he'll be leaving us for now, our worlds will still be connected. Literally a phone call away. We'll always be here for you, MC, but only come back when you want to, not because you feel obligated. Thank you, and I will. They let go of each other's hands to give me a loving embrace. Do we not know who our actual parents are? Because this is like uncle and aunt. So I guess this is a goodbye for now. Goodbye, MC. Bye, MC. I waved goodbye with a smile on my face, and they waved back. When I turned around, I didn't turn back again. I heard it was bad luck to do that when saying farewells. From my animes. I was being escorted to the front now by some agents from the capital. God, dude, this really is a prestigious school. Full-on agents? It was their job to make sure I made it to the capital. Every now and then, we would be stopped by someone I knew.
What a sad day. I'll miss having you around.
Alright, okay, we need to really listen. Because it sounds like the sound mixing is better now, right?
I'll miss you too.
God, is the music really just that loud? I don't understand.
Please visit me when you have the chance.
I'm just having real trouble trying to hear the voices.
I'll visit. I promise.
I'm gonna have it right here.
You were such a big help around here.
Okay, I think right here is fine, yeah? I think there is fine. I'm gonna leave this music there.
It was no problem at all.
Just someone, alright. It all felt bittersweet. Though, now that I think about it, there were some people who weren't as pleasant. Yeah? As I was heading toward the security gates, I overheard a conversation. Yeah, people jealous, probably? There was faint with a rancid stench of smoke. The not so virtuous. Okay.
I can't.
Aisha Slater. Slater? Alright, I see. Slater is kind of an on the nose. I'm sure these will be finished later. I'm not sure if these characters are going to be returning at all, though.
Believe he accepted.
Ed Chow.
You know, the one getting out of this place.
I wonder if they're going to make a new background for this scene in particular.
Oh, yeah. Him. I mean, if you had a ticket out of here.
Where exactly are we leaving? Is it a bad
wouldn't
ticket?
You want out?
I don't know anymore. It's not the worst here.
Man, you just got used to it.
Does he really think he can make a difference?
Alright. So, like, we're very much an underdog character, from what I'm being able to piece together here.
Yammering about smiles and happiness and shit. A world without suffering.
That's our dream, huh?
Life's a fairy tale.
It gets fucking old, right?
Is it from RMC or is this just stuff from RMC? God, dude. Oh my god, from RMC. Yeah, this is RMC, alright. Fuck. I was trying to say, from our main character, was this stuff from him or is this like what society says?
We're all just means of production.
Why we're here now, right? Don't want to work. Don't want to produce.
Okay.
You ain't worth a shit.
I'm trying to understand this. We probably are coming from like a bad place. I don't want to say the slums necessarily. It doesn't look like the slums, but it is definitely a place. It didn't used to be like this. In fact, I'd say we were all close. We were friends?
Oh, it's you. Good luck out there. University Astoria. right?
Hmm.
Oh, yeah.
We studied there.
Did you?
Remember that, Ed?
Got our degrees.
Okay.
Got good jobs. We played the game for years.
And it didn't end well?
Now we're here.
Okay, so this is like where people who don't add to the world anymore end up? Are they like retired? I'm trying to understand.
At least we went out with a bang, right?
Hmm.
All it took was a sophisticated phishing email and social engineering.
Oh, okay. So like okay, so social credits. God, it is kind of like to be Hero X social credit.
Bad we lost all those classified documents.
How'd you lose all those?
Nobody's gonna believe us without them.
Oh, I see.
Still can't get over how the former headmaster kept their passwords on a plain text file.
What?
She was a moron.
Honestly, kind of agree. What the fuck?
Should we be saying all this shit next to those guys?
We're already in the world's largest solitary confinement.
I guess this place we're coming from isn't that good, but like, it doesn't seem that bad. It just looks like a mall. There's even a pharmacy right there.
What more are they gonna do?
You got a point.
Anyway, you'll be in the National Historian program.
Hmm. So what? We're studying history? I'm trying to understand.
That's right.
Congratulations.
Christ.
You better work your tail off, else you're just gonna end up back here.
Word of advice, kid. On the surface, that virtue you seek
It doesn't exist?
is not really how the world
Ah.
works.
So yeah, that's basically the same thing. So find our own
Don't let
virtues
the
then,
world
once again.
break you like it broke us.
Despite slurring and stumbling through the conversation earlier, these words were pronounced and poignant. They both laughed as the agents ushered me along the path.
None of what they said was true, right?
And the agent's own answer. Their words rang in my head as I ground myself back in the present. What is the virtue I seek? The virtue of mind that will guide the world. Okay?
We as historians, or in your case, future historians.
Okay, are we actually studying history, or do you just call yourselves historians because this is University Historia?
Exist to preserve the world and guide its virtues.
The headmaster presses something on his podium. Okay?
In a way, the world and its people are symbiotic.
Oh, fuck. Okay, yes, we established that at the beginning. I know we're doing it again? We're going through all this again. Alright. All the exposition
The
again.
people of the world
Fuck,
must
it
live good
actually
and
is.
virtuous lives so that their golden flames will be lit,
It actually is. Alright.
allowing the cycle of life to continue to flourish on wonder.
Mm-hmm.
However, good and virtue are not static concepts. No, they're ever changing.
Yes, exactly.
That's why the University Historia, the university we all stand in today, was built.
I'm sorry, are there ads on campus?
Originally conceived to educate virtuous
Apparently
future
adding
generations,
ads on campus is
it
virtuous.
ultimately led to
God.
the formation of the Historian Society.
Okay.
Before this, we referred to society as the Old World.
You could even say Old World Order.
The Historian Society established a network of leaders whose mission is to develop a better, more virtuous world. To do that, they turned to history and declared the following tenet.
Don't fucking make another moral code. Do not do that again.
To not allow history to
Yeah,
repeat
pretty
itself
much.
as told by the traveler's tale.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that is basically, don't make another fucking moral code book. Isn't this kind of what this is, though, almost? Not really. It's more like preserving the past and trying to learn from it. It's not necessarily trying to build a new like moral code or like static virtuous things where people live for themselves, yeah? It's not doing that, right? I don't think it is. It's probably doing that in the shadows and we gotta fucking call it out.
The National Historian Program was instituted in order to continue this tradition. Every 4 years, a group of 6 students are selected to be in the program.
Okay, every 4 years, alright. And only 6 students? This entire fucking there's no way. There's no way every fucking 4 years. Which is like the average like year span, I guess. If you go like through like without taking a break, go through your entire degree, it would take you roughly 4 years to get it. Yeah? Alright. You're telling me that in this entire fucking university, the highest, like, most, like, elite university in the fucking world, I get it not having that many people. You're telling me every 4 years, only 6 students are, like, basically on campus at all times learning about, like, virtues. No. No, it can't just be 6 every 4 years.
After
How
those
does the
4
selection
years,
process
they
work
are
for this?
inducted into the Historian Society, joining the ranks as full-fledged historians.
Right. Are you an historian as well? Can we assume that?
Let's keep today light, shall we? Why don't we start with some introductions?
Okay, are the introductions going to be fully voice acted, or do I have to start coming up with voices?
I'd like for you all to go around the room and meet your fellow cohorts.
Okay, is it actually going to be a 3D? 3D? 3D. 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 Or is it like point and click? Deep breaths. You got this. It's not like they're all shining pillars of the future who have done so much good for the world. What have I done to deserve to be here? No, seriously, what have I done? Alright, I should go talk to everyone. What have we done? I'm actually curious. What have we done to be chosen? Okay, so this is how it works. Alright, should we go? I think we should just go from left to right. Alright, chapter 1. Sigmund Popwell, Silas Zephyr, Bishop Grant, Lynn Luciano, Foster Salvatore. Well, we already know you, Ransom Plaxmeyer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so yeah, there's just the 6 of us. Alright, let's talk to... Alright, let me check real quick when my food's gonna get here again. Yeah, I'm also a little upset. When I was grocery shopping, they ran out of oranges where I'm at. Man, they completely ran out. I tried shopping there again today. They're just completely out. There's an orange drought where I am right now, and I'm surprised. Alright, sorry, let's continue. Sigmund Popwell. Please, please. Okay, he's a Tanuki. Cool. Please, please, please be fully voice acted. I approached the Tanuki, who was typing on his phone. Compared to his hand, it looked comically small. Every couple of seconds, a steady stream of notifications rang from his phone. Okay, are you like a business guy?
Are you busy?
Ah, yes. No, lad, it's pretty calm compared to other days.
This is calm? Lad, oh god. Calm? That phone is vibrating non-stop.
Is that a phone I hear?
Ugh.
No personal electronic devices are allowed during class sessions.
Is this technically a class session though, or is this orientation?
You of all people should know about confidentiality, right, Sigmund?
Confidentiality, alright.
If you have an urgent matter to attend to, please step outside.
Will this be what our protagonist looks like normally, or is this also just kind of like unfinished sprite so far? I'm assuming it is unfinished. Like, don't get me wrong, this looks nice, but like, I don't know, I feel like it's a little less defined?
I'm sorry, Headmaster. It won't happen again.
I wonder if this sprite will change at all. Sigmund's hands type away as he maintains eye contact with the headmaster. Impressive.
Hope you could excuse me for that. Bad habit of mine. Always glued to my phone. Anyway, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Sigmund Popwell.
Sigmund
I'm
Popwell.
the chief engineer of Anima Medical Devices.
Fuck. We're cooked, dog. I'm sorry, MC. We're actually cooked. The first person we talked to is a fucking chief engineer for medical devices. We're so fucking dead. This is one of the people that your parents compare you to. Like, why can't you be more like this person? Like, God, we're so cooked.
I supervise the design and development of major medical devices.
I could assume that.
Oh, the hospital back home. I mean, where I just moved from. Uses Anima medical devices.
Oh, I'm not surprised. All major health systems utilize our devices.
God, MC is about to fucking have a goddamn panic attack if all these people are on this guy's level.
So, hold on. How are you going to manage a job and the program?
Oh yeah, he already has a job.
Oh, caffeine, late nights. Oh, and time management, of course.
God, that sounds rough. He chuckles.
That was a joke, of course. Stimulants like caffeine are so hard to come by these days.
Really? Okay, so coffee is a rare resource then?
How I long for a nice brewed pot of coffee.
Okay. Is this gonna stay consistent? Coffee is rare to come by in this world,
All
maybe.
goes with my wife.
He has a wife, alright.
Nothing's the same anymore.
Wait, is coffee regulated here?
But, back to your inquiry. You ought to know the importance of this program.
Yeah, he literally just said it.
My higher-ups wanted me to cut my hours. Become part-time, they said.
Why not just become part-time so you could do this?
That's how important it is for me to be here.
And you didn't go part-time?
But I couldn't possibly fathom that.
Why
guess.
not? You seem inundated with all those messages.
To the average onlooker, yes. So many people depend on my work as a medical engineer.
I guess that makes sense. I'd say that's virtuous. Is he that much self-sacrificing though? God, what about his relationship with his wife? Because there's no way you can manage being at a college like this, having a full-time job as a medical engineer, as a chief executive medical engineer, by the way, and also keep interpersonal relationships. Like, something's got to be cut off, I guess, and like also trying to keep yourself healthy, at least with like sleep. There's no way you're just gonna overwork yourself.
And so many people depend on historians to pave a path for a brighter future. Even if I can save one fire from being extinguished prematurely. So nobody has to go through what happened to my...
Are we getting trauma dumped already? A distant, wistful shades his unrested eyes.
If I can let one fire burn longer, then it makes all my sacrifices worthwhile.
Right. Right, fire once again. Kind of like a life or a soul. Yeah, makes sense. Your sacrifices?
What do you mean by...
Oh, if you'll please excuse me. I've got to respond to these messages.
But the headmaster said...
Cover me, will you?
What?
How? You're much bigger than I am! After the briefest of moments, Headmaster locks eyes with me before directing his gaze towards Sigmund. I walk in front of Sigmund, trying to cover him up, but only end up attracting more attention.
Sigmund, do not make me confiscate your phone.
I'm very sorry. That's the last time I'll use it in class.
My guy, just go part-time at this point. You'll
Thank
still be
you.
helping.
It appears that I've caught everyone's attention. I do not want
Yeah?
to have to confiscate everyone's devices prior to class.
God, we used to do that back in like my school, my elementary school specifically. Elementary, middle school. They'd always like take the phones and put them into a bin.
We're
During
much too
class.
mature for that. Please shut off and put away your devices while class is in session. That is all.
He's really intimidating, isn't he?
Just go part-time, my
Yeah,
guy.
I don't want to ever upset him.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about it. He seems all bark to me.
I wouldn't test that.
I hope so.
Also, why didn't you cover me?
I tried! You're bigger than me! Also, I want to check something real quick. Ransom. RP. Roleplayer. He's role-playing a headmaster. I don't... Ransom Plaxmere. I'm trying to figure out what that name could possibly mean.
How could I have possibly covered you?
You could have made yourself big and tall like a tree.
I can't just magically do
What does
that.
that even mean?
You just, you know.
He balances on one leg, arms raised up, hands pointing straight up like the top of a tree.
Well, like this.
Even if I did that, I feel like I'd bring even more attention to us.
You're probably right. Either way, it's all water under the bridge now. I gotta go respond to these messages.
Dude, you already got caught twice. I wouldn't go for a third.
But wait, didn't the headmaster say...
Dude, just do. There's like 5 people in here. You're not gonna get away with it. Are there any teachers on campus at all, or is it just the headmaster? There's one teacher. God, this is like the first time at a college where like the teacher to student ratio probably where the teachers may actually outnumber the students. Because there's apparently only 6 of us here. Why is there a theater this big? Anyways, do we bring people from the outside for like whatever performances or whatever happens in here?
Oh, it's nice to meet you.
to not use your phone.
Alright. Okay, Silas Zephyr. God, I really hope they're not all on the same fucking level of a medical engineer. Chief medical engineer. Sorry. Should we go for flavor text? I don't think so. Not yet. Not now. There's the feline I briefly spoke with earlier. Aw, dude! He would definitely get the, like, aw, dude voice. He's kind of easy to spot, you know, with him being spotted and whatnot. Probably shouldn't say that around him. Before I could greet him, he waved at me.
Hey again. So, I guess this is where I introduce myself or something.
Bro has one arm through the sleeve. You know, I just processed one arm through the sleeve of his jacket, everyone just hanging down here. Really is kind of like Kaito Momoto a little bit in that
My name's
respect.
Silas Zephyr. And before you ask, I'm a genet, not a feline.
Okay, what is a genet? Well, time to search up what a genet is. Genet these nuts. I don't know what a genet is. Agile, cat-like omnivores. Are they not feline-like? They say feline-like. Alright. They're cat-like, but not actual cats.
Noted.
What can I say about myself? I really suck at talking about myself. So can you ask me something?
Oh, sure. What do you do?
Throwing me an easy one first, huh?
I would hope so.
For starters, you're looking at the up-and-coming star of Fleetworks.
Of what?
What?
Yeah, thank you, MC. Me and MC,
Fleetworks.
man.
You know, the biggest pastime of the capital.
Okay, a hobbyist. Alright, we have a chance.
Afraid not.
I've got a question for you then. Where are you from?
Well, I...
Probably not a place that anyone would like to hear. Should I tell them where I'm from? I don't know where we're from. How will he react? How will the others react? I mean, sooner or later they'll find out. Might as well rip the band-aid off.
It doesn't matter where you're from.
Does it? Okay, some of the voice acting is a little awkward. Maybe it's just the sound mixing.
You ended up in this
More the sound
program
mixing.
here today, didn't you?
Yeah, before it seemed like they slowed it down. Or am I crazy?
It doesn't matter where you're from.
Yeah, it sounds like they slowed it down a little bit.
Yes, that's right.
Phew. No, don't yawn. I've been fighting a yawn for the past 5 minutes. No. God, Silas. Okay.
So what's Fleetworks?
Oh, right. So, in Fleetworks, you basically need to get from point A to point B.
Okay. Is it parkouring or is it racing?
That awfully sounds a lot like walking.
Well, it's not, rookie. It's not just about getting to the destination. It's about how you get there.
So it is just parkour.
Like
Hardcore
by
parkour.
bus, by train, by plane?
No, 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 no. Locomotives are not involved.
Usually.
All by foot and hands. Sometimes your face if you trip and eat shit.
Damn.
Most importantly, though, your noggin. See, in Fleetworks, you need to be creative about getting to your destination.
So it is just parkour.
It's never a straight path.
Creative ways, huh? So, like tricks and stuff?
Now you're getting it. Wall running, somersaults.
It is just
you name
parkour.
it.
It's just parkour.
There's nothing like it.
Like
when
a
your
parkour
movement
race
isn't
or just
restricted.
parkour? That does sound nice. There's a lot of freedom now that I didn't have before.
That's the abridged version of it, though. Maybe next time I can just show you.
Okay, they really are just speeding up and slowing down the voices, yeah?
Maybe next time I can just show you.
Yeah, see? Like that. Like the voices sound weird.
Oh, sure. I'd like that.
Great. I'll be looking forward to it then.
I think it's just mostly sound
Me
mixing
too.
stuff.
I'll catch you on then.
I still only have the faintest clue of what he's describing. Honestly, it just sounds extremely hard and dangerous. Back home, part of me wanted to travel the world and see the places I could only see on the internet. To no longer have boundaries. I guess that's what Fleetworks is like. Never had that before until now. Bishop Grant. If there was anyone in this room I've been intrigued by, it's him. The guy with the skull mask. And scarf. And suspender. He kind of reminds me of that one character that I've seen from, like, Persona 4, but I don't actually know his name because I haven't played Persona 4. Persona 3. But I don't know his name because I actually haven't played Persona 3 yet. I'm sure he gets that a lot, especially with that mask. I question whether or not he's allowed to wear it, but the others don't seem to mind. I guess if the headmaster doesn't have anything to say about it, I shouldn't worry. Yeah, the headmaster has nothing to say about a mask, but like a phone, no. As I approach him, I notice very curiously that he's shuffling some flashcards. Is he studying for something? Is he an actor? As he shuffled through the cards, an envelope fell on the floor. Out of courtesy, I picked up the envelope that fell onto the floor. I noticed it's addressed to the initials H.E. He. Is that his own initials? I forgot to check.
You dropped this.
He swipes it away from my hands. Oh, Bishop Grant. That's not even the same. H.E. What does that mean?
Hello. How
Thrilling
are you
conversation.
doing?
Oh, sorry. I wasn't quite listening.
He puts the envelope away in a notebook. It sticks out kind of like a bookmark.
Could you please repeat yourself?
Is he not an actor then? Okay, now I'm thrown off completely. I thought he was an actor.
I said
He just
hello.
seems like an awkward, studious
How are
type
you?
now.
I'm alright.
Oh god, yeah, he's just the awkward, studious type. Oh boy.
Oh, hi, I'm sorry. Did I speak out of turn?
Okay, socially anxious. Got it.
No, you didn't.
Oh.
He retreated a bit and sank his head into his flashcards.
Yes, it is proper etiquette to introduce oneself when meeting for the first time. You knew that. Come on.
He puts his flashcards away and stood rather tall.
Hello.
Oh,
I'm Bishop Grant.
okay, so
He,
they.
them,
Alright, he's on that spectrum.
I'm
Got
a
it, cool.
Historian level laureate.
Laureate. What is a laureate? Alright. What is a laureate? Laureate. A person who is honored with an award for outstanding creative or oh my god, intellectual achievement. Honestly, could still be an artist. Could still be an art. Okay, recognition for achievement in art or science. Still could be a theater kid. That still hasn't gotten out, fell out of the loop. There's a marked shift in the way they speak. Hold on a second. A historian level laureate. That's the highest honor to achieve as a writer. Oh, he's a writer?
Bishop Grant?
Yes?
I'm just trying to jog my memory of all the historian level laureates I know.
Oh, I'm sure you know the classics.
They go on to list out a few names I recognize.
Harold Eden.
Harold
What was
Eden. Was that one of his own stories, Harold Eden?
Nothing.
I've heard most of those names before.
Oh,
but
H.E.
Not yours.
Harold Eden. H.E. Okay. What and who is... Okay, he said few names. Who is Harold Eden? Is he actually Harold Eden? But, like, Harold Eden could be his dead name? I'm not sure.
Where is it?
Their
Where
dead
is
name.
it?
Sorry.
I know I have a card for this type of situation. Here it is.
Yep, very socially anxious type, noting, like having note cards to know how to socially interact with people. Alright,
That's because I publish
publish.
published under a pen name.
Harold Eden.
A pen name?
Yes. I don't use my real name when I publish my writing.
How did they find you then?
So, what are you known for?
So all those names before, including Harold Eden, are those like his pen names then? Again, they looked through some cards.
I can't find the card for this situation. He's been waiting for a response for way too long now.
Are they alright?
Let me just go back to my introduction. These are the cards. Anyway, what I hope to do is
My bad.
spark a new generation of golden flames to those who listen to my words.
Is that even a response to what I asked? What are you known for?
And that's the last thing I have to say during an introduction according to my cards. That's all from me.
Oi.
It was nice to meet you, friend.
Let's not push them in an uncomfortable situation. Let's just take what we got.
Hey, wait!
And there he goes. Do they have a deck of those flashcards handy? Alright, the one female character, Lynn Luciano. Alright, I'm gonna drink some water just in case I have to. I don't think I have to do any voice acting. Earlier I had to, not now.
Hey! What are you...
Oh! Yowie, great. Yeah, we got the Yowie enjoyer in chat in the fucking stream now. Here we go. I quickly glanced at the sketchbook that she was drawing in. I feel like we should probably have asked first.
Don't sneak up on me like that, nosy.
Sorry, I was just curious.
Well, now he's
Art
bi
is
curious.
such a personal form of expression.
Says the Yowie enjoyer. Cool.
Lay your soul bare onto the canvas. Your hand ejaculates.
No,
your
why?
soul into
Why would you
existence.
say that? No! Your hand ejaculating. No, we ouch in this stream. What do you fucking mean? Why would you say it like that?
Such knowledge can't be trusted with just anyone.
God, this fucking music. No, no. Alright, here we go. The Rotten Girl character. That could have probably been phrased better. Yeah, I agree with you. Then again, I never thought about art in that way. What, with ejaculation and yaoi?
Anyway, what's your name?
Pity. You don't know who I am.
Yeah, that's why I don't... I've asked everyone here. I don't know what anyone is.
Par for the course. For I'm no chief engineer or super jock.
Right. I still didn't even know who they were. She looks elsewhere, and my eyes follow her. I see a sporty-looking Janet and Tanuki conversing with each other. Uh-huh.
So, allow my grace to presence you.
Oh, boy. God. Oh, boy. What is your trauma, lady?
Shouldn't that be the other way around?
I'm Porcelain Luciano.
Porcelain? Oh, Lynn. I see. Is her first name actually Porcelain then?
Curator. Art educator.
Art
And
educator.
part-time web developer.
Okay.
For the University Historia Museum and Archives.
You already work I'm sorry, you already work for the university? I count with my fingers, saying to myself the role she's
That's
fulfilling.
like 3 different jobs.
Oh, there's still one more.
Yaoi enjoyer.
I'm also an artiste.
Okay. An artiste for yaoi,
Kinda
apparently.
fitting, because your name's a type of ceramic.
Yeah?
And like the ceramic, I'm also an art form.
Mm-hmm.
What?
God.
I knew you wouldn't understand. Anyway, I usually just go
What
by
do you
Lynn.
mean? Yeah, they keep editing. Okay. They keep editing the, Sorry, they keep editing the, like, was she saying it too slow? And they didn't want to, like, shoot the voice, so they just said, fuck it, we'll just speed it up? Or is it because, hold on, let me check something. Settings. Is it the text screwing it up? Like the text reading thing? She looks me up and down, examining me carefully with her hand around her chin.
You look a bit uncultured. Tell me, have you ever been to a museum?
Oh my god, okay. She's one of these types of art people. Please don't. Don't be annoying. I want to like you. Alright.
Say that again?
You look a bit uncultured.
I meant in a less standoffish way.
Yeah?
My. No need to get so defensive.
To be fair, we do have a Steven Universe shirt on, so yeah. I say we.
Well,
MC, you got a Steven Universe
To
shirt
answer
on.
your question then, where I have lived, we didn't have the luxury of a museum.
Color me unsurprised.
Great, uh-huh.
What hellscape doesn't have a museum?
Is she like this all the time? How did she get accepted into this program? How was she scouted?
Back where I used to call home, there were long hallways of housing units.
Okay, God. That's where we came from?
Most people would draw and paint, and adorn the hallways with their art.
She clutches her sketchbook against her chest.
For art's sake? Art not meant for consumption? Not made for grander meanings other than to create?
Shoot, did I say something wrong? Does she like that? Does all art need to have some sort of meaning? It makes it more meaningful. Full of meaning, if you will.
That's actually very nice.
Yeah, she would appreciate it, huh? She is a yaoi enjoyer after all. Perhaps it's her very blunt first impression. I hear the genuinity? Yeah, I did pronounce that right. Genuinity of those last words.
Wait, you said long hallways and housing units?
And she's already figured out where we live.
Oh, so then you're from...
She gasps and I look away rather ashamedly. After a brief moment, she looks unaware whether she wants to finish her thought.
Sorry, I made some tasteless assumptions.
It's alright.
Is it?
You know, just because I haven't been to a museum doesn't mean I'm not into art. There's some art styles I particularly like.
Particularly that of the anime art style.
Do tell. I love art of all sorts.
Oh boy, uh-huh, clearly yaoi enjoyer.
You better not say anthropomorphic art.
Isn't that basically what we all are?
Anthropomorphic art? Like...
Oh, okay.
Humans?
Ah, I guess it would be the reverse. Okay, where does humans come into the mythology then? Where does humans fit into all this, or is this just a funny, cute reference?
Yes.
Joke, okay.
So do not disappoint me.
Anime.
Disappoint you?
Trust me, you already have.
Oof. Just when I thought she was going to be pleasant.
Maybe I shouldn't tell you then.
Must be anthro art then.
Fine. I'll bite. I tend to lean towards anime and kimono.
Uh-huh. Suddenly she becomes quiet, bites her lip, then clutches her sketchbook. Yeah, me too, but she can't say it out loud. Is she blushing?
Ah, so you dabble in that.
Uh-huh. I saw the yaoi in your fucking sketchbook, alright? Okay, I'm out of the weeb closet. You're still in it.
Some would call kimono art rather derivative. I can see why, because the masses tend to see comics as low art. But you said anime?
I disappointed you, didn't I?
No. Shocked is more accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Guess that's better than being disappointed.
Is it? She sighs and adjusts her beret.
Anyway,
Beret, sorry.
let's table that discussion for later.
Put a pin in
We
it,
need
if you
at
will.
least a level 5 social link
Oh,
before
for
we can initiate
fuck's
that conversation.
sake! God, you're just a fucking closet weeb! Whatever! You're just a fucking closet weeb! You're a Fujushi, you're a fucking Persona player, alright? God!
Social link?
Is that a term used in the capital?
You don't know about
Okay, we can't say it.
Never mind. There's a time and place for references.
God, why am I suddenly seeing Samugi Shirokane in the fucking corner? No. She adjusts her beret and hair.
You know, I feel like we'll get along.
Will we? I said I like anime once, and immediately she just bounces on that. She sighs and takes a deep breath.
Will you think differently of me if I told you?
Told
Depends
me
on
what?
it is.
Yeah,
You
kinda.
see, I study the art and culture of the old world.
Oh? The old world? She must
The
mean...
world before the Historian Society?
There wasn't a lot of information about the old world in the library at home. We had a library? I'm sorry, we had enough money for a library? Okay. Most of the records compare its oh my god, primitivity, there we go, to the Historian Society.
From what I know, most people from the old world only did good for their own interests. Today,
Yeah?
we have the Historian Society that guides us.
Hmm. Was it like that though? I feel like the old world only fell apart because of the introduction of moral codes. Do you think the Historian Society, since the theme of this game, from what I was able to tell from the itch.io thing, alright, description, is us finding our own virtue? Once again, it kind of feeds back into moral code that we talked about earlier, and that's when the world started falling apart. Do you think the Historian Society itself is like the new moral code in trying to avoid, the fall that nearly happened back in the old world? We just recreated a new version of it.
Yep, you're not as uncultured as I thought.
Thanks, Lynn.
It's a controversial subject to bring up.
I've always wondered if there are still people alive that remember a time before the Historian Society.
How long ago was the fucking old world for that to be possible?
There are. My grandma, for example.
I'm sorry, your grandma? Like 2 generations back? How many generations back is that? That's not long ago that the world nearly ended, if that's the case.
Really? Has she told you anything about it?
Or was your grandma like super young? Even then, that's still pretty fucking recent.
She's shown me books about a culture predating the Historian Society.
Okay, so it might be just the books and not necessarily she lived through it. A culture predating the Historian
Most
Society.
people don't know about it since history is constantly erased.
Ah. Do you think the Historian Society is covering up history?
Learning about the past will reveal a lot about the world we live in.
Yeah? Oh god, are we gonna be exploring the past and like looking for our own virtue once again? Going behind like, I don't know, the headmaster's back trying to figure out what they're hiding?
Maybe break barriers on what it really means to be good. And virtue. It was
Oh,
nice
shit.
talking to you, though. I'm going to draw some more.
Sorry, I'm gonna go back. I
Maybe
accidentally
break
clicked my
barriers
mouse.
on what it really means to be good and virtuous.
Yeah?
It was nice talking to you, though. I'm going to draw some more.
Alright. Some more yaoi?
Promise not to be nosy next time.
Hmm? Was the world that much different before the Historian Society was established? I wonder what kind of virtue was lost during those times. Alright. Did she have, like, the longest interaction? I feel like even with, like... We might have had the most, I guess, almost heartful talk with Lynn, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. I don't know. Foster Salvatore. From afar, I noticed the rabbit is brushing his fur rather meticulously. As I approached him, he skittishly put away his brush and adjusted his vest.
Salutations! My name is Foster Salvatore.
Okay.
I'm a case manager here at University Historia.
Case manager? Alright. So we have 2 people who are already working on campus then.
Prior to this, I was merely a volunteer.
Okay.
That isn't to say I'm not anymore. I still volunteer every single day. That I do. Life works in wondrous ways, don't you agree?
Sure.
I'm still in utter disbelief that I'm standing amongst the greatest of the greatest.
God, how do we fit into all this?
It's quite an honor to meet another fellow historian-to-be. You must tell me all your amazing accomplishments.
Oh, God.
I'm
no.
very eager to hear about them.
God, how did we get here? Me too, MC.
Well,
How wonderful!
I haven't even said anything yet.
I'm positively positive being in this program will be me closer to my ultimate goal.
Your ultimate goal? He's rather spirited. I could barely keep up with this conversation.
Pardon the intrusion, however. You look quite distracted. It's as if you heard a ghost or something.
Maybe I did earlier.
yeah. Sorry.
Maintaining an orderly sleep schedule would do the trick. I follow a rather strict routine.
Okay.
Lights out at 8 p.m. for me.
8?
I'm ready to rise by 4 a.m., feeling refreshed.
8 p.m.? That's pretty early. I guess it takes a little while for you to actually go to sleep. Some people do, like, sleep that early. Like, people who, like, sleep 9-ish, I guess, and wake up 4-ish. You got, like, 7-ish hours. You get 7-ish hours of sleep, right? 1, 2... I need to do the math now. 1, 2, 3... You should. I know this, because I sleep at, like, not... I get in bed by, like, 9:40, and then I start an 8:10... Like, an 8-hour, 10-minute alarm, and I get up by, like, 5:50 at the latest. So yeah, you would be like getting 7-ish hours of sleep if you went to bed. Like, I guess if you went to sleep by 7. A lot of people mostly wake up at 4:30 though. If they have like an early job usually. That's usually what's recommended, I guess. From what I've heard.
That's 8 hours, no more, no less.
Right.
I don't think I really follow one. I have a hard time sleeping most nights.
Do we have insomnia then?
Personally, I must keep myself in tip-top shape to volunteer. And that means having a regular sleep schedule.
Ah, right. He's a volunteer. He's already fucking said that like 5 times. How do we forget MC? Maybe I should ask him about his time as a volunteer. A nice change of topic might get him off my case. Oh, okay, so... Huh. Was not expecting choices. He gets the choices, I guess. What's your favorite memory of volunteering?
So, what's your favorite memory of volunteering?
Oh, well, I guess he was gonna ask that anyways. Hold on, my Uber Eats I got a notification from it like 21 minutes ago. Alright, gonna be here by 4:50. Cool. Cool.
I've impacted so many lives, it'd be hard to just choose one.
Then how about one that made the most impact?
Right.
Simply developing a food security program for my little brother's school system.
Food security program, huh?
That's volunteer work?
Not to brag, but it's because I managed to develop it on my own.
Right.
I cannot take the credit.
So he has a little brother too.
I was ready to give
Funding.
up my life savings from volunteering, but unfortunately it was far from enough.
God. That's right. Volunteers in the capital are paid. Are they... Okay. Back home, lots of people would find volunteering a fool's errand. I guess that would make sense. But I still volunteered to help everyone I could. Huh. Interesting. Huh. Even when we didn't get paid, we still helped everyone we could. Alright. Interesting. That reveals a lot. I just realized that I didn't do any Enneagram fucking stuff this whole stream. I feel like I need to ruminate on these characters and get to know them a bit more before I try typing them. I usually like doing that, but like, I don't think I can right now.
However, I was able to secure several million credits in funding.
Being good and virtuous feels like a Type 1-esque story, yeah? Maybe we're like a Type 1 Wing 2 or Type 1 Wing 9. I'm not sure. I feel like a story like this, where it's about being good and virtuous, gives me Type 1 vibes. For like story-wise.
You did all that? On your own? I'm speechless.
I believe you're still talking.
Ha!
It's a figure of speech.
What do you like about volunteering?
So, what do you like about volunteering?
To put it frankly, everything.
Uh-huh.
Seeing others flourish because I'm able to give something to those who aren't as privileged.
Okay.
That gives me so much joy knowing how I can affect lives that way.
Almost gives you a god complex?
It's kind of why we're in the National Historian Program in the first place, right? We want to advance the world and make it better for all. That's pretty similar to what you've already been doing.
Yes, when you put it that way. It does seem so.
I'm reminded a little about myself as I talk to Foster. Oh god, are we gonna be foil characters? Possibly, considering wolf and rabbit. What is a foil animal to a... I mean, I guess sometimes a foil animal, because, like, wolves are seen as predators, you know, would be a rabbit, but, like... Usually it's foxes... God damn it, I'm trying to see this. I mean, we could still be foils one another. I feel like he's more formally dressed, we're more casually dressed. Prey animal, predator animal. I wonder if there's more here that I'm just not seeing yet. I guess dark fur, lighter fur, I'm not sure. I've always enjoyed helping others back home. But the level he's impacted the world is far greater than mine. What's the why, though? We don't get paid. Technically he does. He looks away nervously and twiddles his thumbs and clears his throat.
You have an ultimate goal?
An ultimate goal?
Let me tell you about mine, kind sir. Ever since I was a young
Did we even
child,
tell
I've been
our name?
volunteering. It was something my parents had me do as much as possible.
Your parents had you do, meaning you didn't do it yourself?
Your parents must have...
Please do not interrupt me while I'm talking.
Okay, well that was a bit rude. Okay, well I think we're getting a bit of his true character a little bit. For a moment the room went quiet. All eyes were on us. Then the chatter resumed. Oh boy.
My apologies. That was most distasteful. I shouldn't have exploded at you like that.
Right,
That's
God.
my ultimate goal.
Yeah, he's totally mentally stable. Alright. God.
Volunteering so early in my life made me realize there's so much more work to do and so many lives to take care of.
I feel like the speech is empty
When I
for
wasn't
some reason.
volunteering, I was taking care of my family. I cooked, cleaned, and most importantly, looked after my younger brother, Felix.
Right, family, huh? You must have loved them a lot to be doing all that. I don't have a family. I only have an uncle and aunt that I may or may not be related to, considering I'm a wolf and they were what? I don't think they were wolves. They didn't look like wolves.
Do you ever just do anything for yourself?
Suddenly, he clasped his hands with mine, directly looking at me with glowing eyes. Uh-huh.
This is what I believe. To truly be good and virtuous, and to achieve my ultimate goal, I must give every ounce of myself to the people.
I'm trying to figure out what his character is right now. It could be type 2 or it could be type 3. I am typing these characters now. It's become an Enneagram stream again.
Kindness and altruism will light the golden flames of all. I hope that answers your question, albeit in a very roundabout way. I'll be off
Okay,
now.
so I
It
guess
was nice
not
meeting you.
necessarily. Not so I guess you don't necessarily do anything for yourself, or are you helping people to make yourself feel better? God, it's even more complicated because it's like you could be doing the right thing but for the wrong reasons. Yeah? Kind of like BoJack Horseman with that, like, I forgot, that one rich guy that Diane was like ghostwriting for her. Where, yeah, he was helping all these people, but it's mostly just to make himself look good. And not really, because helping those people is the right thing to do. Did I even read that? I find myself clinging onto the last thing he said. Giving every bit of yourself to others? He's in this program, so he must know what he's doing. Alright. Ransom Plaxmere, the last one. Let me just get some more water in my system real quick. Definitely not a villain. As I approached the headmaster, his attention was on shuffling the stacks of papers on his desk. I noticed a folder on the podium, my folder, written in big uppercase letters, are classified in the name Mansur Exemplar. That's Mansur Exemplar. Exemplar makes it feel like it's like example. What does Mansur mean? Hold on. Mansur meaning virtuous aided by God. Oh my god, no. The most virtuous then? Like the most virtuous person then. Historian Emeritus. Okay, what does Emeritus mean? Sorry, I know I'm pausing and Googling a lot. This is just how I am. I get curious. Having retired but allowed to retain their... Okay, so there used to be a historian then? A former historian. Historian Emeritus, Mansor Exemplar. Jesus fucking Christ, never mind, he's the villain. Oh wait, was this the guy at the start? Is he secretly our dad? Dad? He is the highest ranking official in the Historian Society, and he's about to end the world in order to save it, because he has faith that apparently I can save it somehow. Because we are the MC. As Historian Emeritus, he's contributed so much to the development of society's goods and virtues. Prior to this, he was also a student in the National Historian Program. His crowning achievement, the development of the subsector. The place I used to call home. Subsector? That doesn't really sound that good. There's like human mannequins here. Effectively abolished poverty. We just put all the poor people into a building. And forced them into a building. Alright, cool. Without him, I probably wouldn't be standing here right now. I guess. Are we able to afford any of this shit, though? I mean, this place is decent for, like, apparently where the impoverished are supposed to live. I mean, I don't know. I feel like we need more, world building before I say that, but, like, I don't know. It looks like a mall. Maybe it's not that good. They just took all the old malls and forced people to live in them. Kind of like how we're doing with malls, but by turning some of them into, like, apartments. What's something like that doing on the headmaster's desk? He takes notice of my presence and slides the folder away into his briefcase.
Greetings. Is there something I can assist you with? Curious about the folder?
Was I that obvious?
I have no secrets to hide from you, MC.
God, we really are called MC. Maybe he's our dad. I just see a wolf and instantly go... No, I was gonna say something else. And instantly go dad, because I'm like, ARM MC is a wolf.
But
I was about to say
cannot
daddy.
share classified documents with you or the rest of the class just yet.
So not yet.
Wait. What do you call me?
MC.
My
That's
nickname.
My nickname. I haven't shared that with you yet.
It's part of my job to know everything about you and your classmates.
That's a little concerning. He calculatingly steps towards me and away from the podium.
Your background is intriguing, to say the least, MC. Many
In what
people
way?
devote their entire lives in hopes to one day be part of this program. Quite naturally, I was rather intrigued when I learned about your...
Your...
How do I put it? Storied history.
Storied history. What does that mean?
You know then.
Know what?
That I'm from.
Of course he would know. He's one of the people who recruited you here.
Don't look too surprised. And yes, I do know where you've lived your whole life prior to this program.
With all the impoverished people, apparently.
That's what makes you so curious to me.
It felt like I'm being examined through a microscope. I couldn't help but be slightly defensive.
Is there a problem with that?
No. No, not at all. So, I want you to remember this. Those who are selected in this program aren't chosen by nepotism, formal applications, or sheer luck.
So no ultimate lucky student then.
No. There's a very careful and deliberate process.
You mind giving me insight on that?
A committee selects people based on who they believe have potential to be future leaders of good and virtue.
And apparently...
Your situation, however, is an oddity.
An oddity how? I was gonna say, I already forgot his name. Manor. Fuck, I forgot his name already. Can I not scroll up faster, please? A little higher, up. Mansour! Okay, I was right. Mansour Exemplar.
From an impossible upbringing to a soon-to-be historian.
A historian. I still have a hard time picturing myself as an historian. Everyone else here have brought so much good and virtue into the world. But me? I'm not so sure.
You're here for a reason. Don't let anyone, including yourself, tell you otherwise.
You know, I just processed. If only 6 people become, like, you know, historians, I guess, or, like, get recruited to the school, and, you know, let's assume that all of them pass, and only 6 of them become historians. When's my food getting here? Still, like, 7-ish minutes away. Okay. Become historians, right? And those other 2 characters we met before used to be historians, or they used to go here. Does that mean that they became historians, or at least they were trying to become historians, and then they were kicked out somehow? Either kicked out, or became historians, worked their jobs, and then eventually, like, just ended up impoverished.
Thank you, Headmaster.
You're very welcome. I look forward to working with you.
Gives a courteous bow before returning to his podium. I'm here for a reason, right? Okay, that's everyone. After having spoken to everyone, I went back to the table. Still, I can't help but wonder, are we really the ones to lead future generations towards the path of good and virtue? This isn't how I imagine our future leaders to be. Okay, yeah, the most refined, most refined as well, most refined, a little rougher and a little rougher, in my opinion. I mean, not with their characters. I mean, just mostly with their sprites so far. Seems like his has like been cleaned up the most. I mean, this is an alpha build of the game, so I'm not expecting perfection. These are like a lot of them are placeholders. I'd imagine them being more dignified. At least that's how all the historians I've seen present themselves. Though, who am I to judge? I don't think I should even be here to begin with. The fact that he's in the center, too.
Splendid. Are we all acquainted with each other now?
This is... Okay. I feel like this is a cool addition that I like. Kind of reminds me of V3 and how it worked, but like it's gonna get me motion sick a little bit. Are we all acquainted? Okay, I don't need to read it.
Wait a second, Headmaster.
Did I not
What is it,
introduce myself yet?
Cyrus?
I don't think I learned your name.
Did he not say it? I never introduced myself to anyone, did I? Oh, yeah, we really didn't introduce ourselves to anyone.
Peculiar. I too don't know your name.
Did we really just walk up to all of them and never told any of them our fucking name? What the fuck is wrong with us, MC?
So it would seem I too have failed to learn your name.
Yeah, obviously, you were busy talking about yourself.
I never gave you a chance to tell me, did I?
No. Okay, yeah, that one because you're socially anxious.
I don't think I have a card for that situation.
I didn't plan for this situation.
What? What are we talking about?
Oh boy.
Phones off and set aside, Sigmund. This is your final warning.
Sorry, I promised that it was important. Anyway, what's going on?
I want to make an announcement to the class.
All right. So yeah, our main character's sprite does seem to be the most clean, though, which I do appreciate. Unfortunately, we don't see it that much because we are usually viewing it from MC's point of view.
Oh, you're the one who wouldn't cover for me.
I couldn't cover
Your
you.
name escapes me.
That's the thing. I never told anyone. I realized I never got a chance to formally introduce myself.
My heart is racing. I don't really know where I'm going with this.
Being here with you all today, it's such an honor.
Honestly, the short amount of time I've been here has made me question a lot of things.
If I'm being honest, I'm a bit overwhelmed.
Like, why am I here? Just to suffer?
I never imagined ever being among the future leaders of good and virtue.
Hmm. And what have I done to bring good and virtue into this world?
I've learned so much about all you already. It's a bit unfair that you know nothing about me. So, please, let me introduce myself.
I think back to what the headmaster said. Please don't flash back to
You're
it.
here for a
Okay,
reason.
cool.
Don't let anyone, including yourself, tell you otherwise.
My name is Mara Chikuge. You can call me MC for short. My goal is to fill the world with smiles and happiness. To create a world without suffering.
There's silence across the room and shifting of eyes. Did I say something weird? Oh, okay. Well, now I'm back to having the voice act. Alright. Well, that's it for today. Class is dismissed. God damn it. Where is the fucking voice acting? It was all fully voice acted, but as soon as MC said, wanted to create a world without suffering, now I gotta suffer. Alright. Now I gotta come up with voices. Shit. But we didn't even do anything. My job here is done. Some headmaster you are. Oh god, okay, I need to think, I need to think, I need to think, I need to think. What voice would I give you? Please tell, does this early dismissal have anything to do with the director? Yes, I didn't think the director would get this far. Without his amazing team, of course. So, can we just call it a day? Yes, class dismissed. Until next time. Is that the whole demo? Yep, I've a feeling. Bart's ending. Alright, cool. Alright, interesting. So I'm assuming this is like credits for the team, right? I feel like the art is cute, and I'm very interested to see where the story goes from here. Are these gonna be like credits for like characters in the future when we interact with them more? Yeah, definitely, for sure. Honestly, this feels like a storyboard for that sort of thing. Yeah, for sure. It is definitely because that is just MC. Alright. I'm very interested to see where this project goes in the future. Like I feel like this is actually like really cute and so far, and I'm very curious to see what they can actually do with this. First iteration of Spark Hearts. This has been a passion project in the making. I'm thrilled to be sharing it with you. To support this project, please consider checking out the Blue Sky and Patreon pages. Click on the respective buttons to take you to the page. Follow us on Blue Sky and share with your followers. Well, I'm kind of already sharing, and I already shared the itch.io page. Did my food just get here? It's about to get here in a minute. All right. We might take a mini break and then take a look at these. By supporting us on Patreon, you will get access to development blogs, access to early builds, among many other perks. Your support will help us continue developing this project. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I hope you enjoyed the first iteration of Spark Hearts. Yeah, it is a lot of work in progress stuff. Okay, we'll take a look at that later. I feel like I gotta turn up the music. I'm gonna turn up the music. We're gonna go on break, and I'll be right back. We're gonna go on mini break, and then I'll be right back. Yeah, I'm back. Sorry about that. They did not give me a straw, so I got nothing. They also gave me the wrong fruit. Kind of dreading opening this up and seeing that there's no avocado in it. They might have honestly given me the wrong order. Nope, there is avocado in here. Is there? Yeah, there's avocado in here, so they got one thing right. But forgot the straw for my drink. Do I have a backup one? I tried looking around earlier, but like, I don't think I got like an extra straw, so I guess I'm just taking off the cap and just drinking my shake just straight from the fucking cup. Alright, cool. Based as fuck. So yeah, I'm interested to see how our MC will operate. Honestly, he seems to me like he seems like an interesting MC. He looks like he seems like a genuinely well-meaning guy, but a bit naive, new to the world. He does come from like an impoverished place, so like, I guess, you know, he would want to ease the suffering of everyone, and that would be his virtue, that would be his dream, to create a world without suffering. But I think the issue comes in A, how do you do that? Two, like, how do you plan on doing that? Two, specify how you're gonna do that. Like, that sort of thing, you know? I feel like he's definitely a well-meaning person, though. I'm not sure if he will really succeed, or if he will, like, mature. I feel like he's gonna mature. I feel like this is the type of story where the main character has to mature and become, like, this virtuous person, figure out what his own virtue means, if that makes any sense. I'm very interested to see where the story goes when it gets fully released. Or when, like, a beta demo comes out, or, like, a full demo comes out, or something for this game. But yeah, I might take a peek at the Patreon and Blue Sky and see what we can look at for free. Otherwise, I have the itch.io in the description below of the YouTube and the YouTube VOD, and you guys can go ahead and take a look at it yourselves. You guys could go ahead and, like, support this project if you're interested in it. I'm interested to see where it goes, but, like, you know, if you guys are interested in it, you guys can, like, explore more of it on your own. Alright, let's see if we can take a look at the Blue Sky. Blue Sky. Chapter 1, Part 1, alright? Dark Reality, a human version, alright, cool. Oh my god. Gun I found. What? Why is the upper part censored? What? Okay, there we go. God. Alright. Oh, hold on. I think it's glitching out. Uh-oh. It's glitching. Alright, there we go. I think we fixed it. We fixed it. Look at spark cards here. Yeah, Power of Love. More fan art. At that conversation. You look a bit uncultured. Great. A lot of this is just fan art stuff, but yeah. Did it really come out only 3 months ago? Hold on, now I gotta pull this up. Spark Hearts. Did the demo only come out 3 months ago? When did this demo come out exactly? Yeah, it is. It did come out like a few months ago, actually. Huh. So this is really new. This is really new stuff. I didn't think it was this new. Holy crap. They're really early in development. I'm still interested to see where it goes, but holy shit. They also, yeah, they did build this from the ground up with Unity instead of just using like RenPy or I guess kind of an existing thing. And combining like the little bit of like 3D assets, kind of reminding me of like some Zeroscape stuff. Like the CG, like I do agree with this guy here, going bonkers. The presentation with the art and CGs are really good, but the voice acting and dialogue, it does feel a bit stiff. Like this is the first version of everything, so I'm sure everything's gonna change. It does feel like sometimes like they speed up or slow down what the VA is saying instead of just taking another take. They gotta do more than one take. They could be doing it all in one take. I'm not sure though. This is very early on, so I'm assuming that they're probably gonna put like a lot more effort when the game officially fully comes out. But yeah. Man, this really did just come out. Like just a couple months ago. Alright. One last thing. Let's look at their Patreon, see if we can look at anything for free. I don't see anything here. I don't see anything here. Huh. Well, this is just comments, Patreon, in general. But yeah, I feel like this has a lot of potential in it. Although, it's probably gonna get a little cheesy, but like, who doesn't like a little cheese? I mean, just look at our protagonist. Most of his design is yellow. He's all cheese. But yeah, in all seriousness though, I'm actually very interested to see where this project goes. I feel like right now, it's gonna be a story about maturing and trying to learn, like, you know, what it means, like, in your own way, define in your own way, what it means to be good and virtuous, how you're gonna help people, that sort of thing. I feel like our main character has to do a lot of maturing. Clearly, there's some sort of manipulation going on here with, like, I don't want to say he's the main villain, but at least, like, but I feel like he might be the main villain. Like, this guy who is, like, apparently the top historian, kind of pulling us in to this for some reason. Not sure why he's doing that yet. But apparently he sees potential in us. Well, I guess potential in MC. That he will become, like, kind of like the next traveler of sorts. Like it feels like okay, I'm just gonna call him the main villain. He might not even be the main villain, but I'm just gonna say it. It feels like he's trying to like end the world to save it? I don't know. Trying to recreate history in a way. And believes that MC is like kind of like this like person that he can mold into being the new traveler, being this new like all virtuous kind of person. Once again, I'm interested to see where this story goes and how it's gonna handle, like, it feels like it's probably gonna be more a little bit slice of life and maybe a little bit of fantasy almost, or like, I don't want to say supernatural necessarily yet, but yeah. Once again, I do feel like this could be a coming of age story once again, because this is like our main character's first time outside of his like home, or I guess his complex, you know? And I am very interested to see how he matures and how, like, if there's gonna be multiple endings or like choices we make, how like we can help him mature or whatever. I'm very interested to see what you know potential this project has in the future. I don't know if any game devs if any of the devs are gonna be like watching this stream back at all, because my channel's not that big. But hey, I'm telling you guys right now, you guys got like a lot of potential here, a lot of things at hand. I know this is like alpha build, like alpha like what's, you know, in the public alpha build, but I do genuinely believe that you guys got something here. But like, I feel like there's some things you need to like fix up a little bit, mostly with like how you guys deliver your lines with like the VAs, and like, you know, try to fix try to fix up like the voice acting a lot. I don't know, maybe it just feels like the voice acting is like a little bit all over the place and a bit off-putting. Once again, I do feel like the main issue is like, you know, I feel like a lot of this was like the VA's first takes. And I feel like already the story is starting to get a little too repetitive with the overuse of virtue a little bit. I get that's like the theme of the story. But like, it's starting to make it feel like the characters are more like dolls that say like, you know, kind of feel like dolls or like puppets or like just like little cardboard cutouts that are just saying their lines. It feels kind of like what Danganronpa is on the surface, but at least with Danganronpa, there's like character event, like, you know, free time events and all that, where you get to learn a bit more about the characters, hang out with the characters more. And there's at least a little bit more nuance there, somewhat, depending on how you look at it, a little bit. I mean, okay, once again, hope and despair is very much overplayed in Danganronpa. I don't think Danganronpa is a good example of that at all. A good example to pull from at all, in all honesty. But I'd say, maybe it's just because this is like first introductions and we're only seeing like the first part of the story. I feel like the art's really good. The CGs are really good. Music's great. Love the music. But it's just like, I feel like we need to learn more about the characters. I feel that we need to see more of MC's perspective, alright? I think the fact that MC's initials are MC and I get, like, is cute. I'm fine with that. But, like, I feel like superficially it's really good so far, but it's just like, it lacks substance so far. And the voice acting could be better. Could be better, and that's just like my main gripes with it. I feel like there's good potential here. There's great potential here, but like I feel like the dialogue needs to be improved. The dialogue needs to be improved a bit, especially with the VAing. I feel like the dialogue could probably be better if the VAs just were a little bit better themselves, or like voice acted a bit better themselves. I don't know. It feels like it's all just like first or second take, and then everything else you guys just said fuck it. Like, you know, if you couldn't get it right, you just sped up or slowed down the lines that the character said. I feel like that needs to be a little bit better. And I feel like, how do I say this? I feel like we need to humanize MC a bit more. Maybe he's so, like, not human-like, or I guess not human-like, or less grounded because he is still, like, not really that mature yet, but I feel like he needs to, like, be a bit more grounded. Take a look at, like, characters like Anon and Inko from, like, Snoot Game and, like, I Wanna Hug That Gator, that sort of things. I feel like there's, like, a lot more character revealing their character in that, as it feels like MC is a bit more of a cardboard cutout. I feel like that could be the point, though. Like, he could mature and gain more personality as the game plays on, but, like, I feel like the other characters also feel like cardboard cutouts so far a little bit, with, like, each of them kind of being, like, a trope or a stereotype, and we don't get, like, enough of their characters, but, like, this is introductions. There's not much as we got from them yet, so, like, that's why I'm kind of having some trouble trying to, like, establish their characters and all that right now. But I feel like there's, like, good potential here. I want to see more, alright? I want to see, like, I think I need to see a bit more, see how they develop their characters more before I, come to, like, a conclusion of what I think of this game so far. I feel like this, once again, this is an alpha build, and they just started months ago. I do generally feel like that this game has, like, story-wise, it has a lot of good potential, but I am a bit worried that it might overplay the virtue part. I feel like the characters might end up being a bit like cardboard cutouts, kind of like stereotypical, not really like, kind of like superficial, more so playing to the tropes, and because it's playing to the tropes, that's why people love them, and not really because they're like fully fleshed out characters, that sorts of things. And I'm also a little concerned with the voice acting, because like the voice acting is a little wonky. And as I stated before with the dialogue, maybe the dialogue could be a bit better if the voice acting was a bit better, but it does feel a bit eh. And the writing's overuse of virtue is already starting to get on me a little bit. I feel like if I did a drinking game with how much they said virtue, I'd probably die before we even got past the opening monologue. Like, I get that's the theme, but you don't need to say it that much and that hard. And as for the main villain, I feel like I need to see more of him with the villain / the director, you know, character. I feel like opening with the history of Wander does feel a bit like exposition-y, but like I get that they're trying to establish the world. But then they kind of just go over it again. I feel like we could have just started with MC. Maybe they only showed us that to show that the villain is cooking something up in the background, like ooh. But like, yeah. Other than that, I feel like the music's great. The art is very good, and I feel like this game, once again, I've already saying this, has a lot of potential. Would like to see more of it. Would like to see how they develop it in the future. Hopefully, it'll turn out good and not I don't know, boring or bad. I do generally hope for the best for the developers here. I do have a lot of hope for this. But yeah, I'm gonna take another bite of this and then I'm gonna do closing stream stuff. Got a little bit of a mustache going on there. So yeah, I'm not gonna give this a score because this is once again the first like alpha build. This is like part 1 of chapter 1. This is like prologue level stuff. But yeah, a bit cautiously optimistic. Cautiously optimistic is what I am. I'm hoping it can improve like some of the issues I have with the game, but yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic and interested to see where this project goes. So I'm gonna do outros now. Alright, so my next stream will be tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific time. We're gonna be playing Ace Attorney Investigations Prosecutor's Gambit. We're gonna finish episode 3 and start episode 4. On Tuesday, I'm probably gonna be on my own from now on because Nani is not gonna be streaming with me. We're gonna be streaming Tetra Danganronpa Pink. We're gonna watch more of that. I'm not sure if we're gonna get through the rest of Chapter 3 Daily Life, but at the very least, I'm gonna see how far we can get. I'm not sure if we're gonna get through the rest of it, but we're gonna see how far we get. Especially since, like, apparently from where I left off, there's 3 hours until the motive, and God knows how much longer after that until like the Valdi Discovery announcement, and I'm usually gonna stream 4 hours, especially since I'm still in university. I still gotta deal with like schoolwork and stuff. I gotta finish my final report, got to finish my other real class I got, my project management class, that I gotta follow up with my partners up on, because we gotta check if I can turn in the document yet that I shared with them. And then of course there is the internship. I turned in all the documents, but I still got to get like a report back and see what like if I need to add anything or whatever. But yeah, next Saturday I'm still trying to figure it out. It might be a to be announced sort of thing, and I might update it later in the week. Cause like right now for next Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific time, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm either gonna play. Let's go with Snoot Game Encore, I guess. Let's go with Snoot Game Encore. I'm either going to play Snoot Game Encore, or I'm going to be playing Zenless Zone Zero if a new agent story comes out. But yeah, this was a relatively shorter stream than I was expecting it to be. I mean, I wasn't expecting it to be that long. I was expecting it to go over like 3 hours at least. But I guess 2.5 hours is good enough. So yeah, I'm not gonna keep you guys any longer. Spire cards, I feel once again, I'm gonna reiterate this one more time before I do sign off. I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm interested to see where the game goes. Its presentation with its art and CGs is really good, and the premise is interesting. However, I feel like the story is already hemming up with the theme too soon already. Like, it's so like an overuse with Virtue. Virtue, like, with talking about Virtue, I get that's like the main theme of this game, but like they just repeated Virtue so much that it felt like I was playing a Danganronpa game, except we replaced Hope and Despair with Virtue. The presentation's interesting, having 2D art in like a 3D environment. We always loved that. That was really cool. I feel like that was a really cool addition, and the camera movements was like a nice little addition. Reminds me of Danganronpa once again in that aspect. I wonder if Danganronpa was an inspiration for them when they were like designing the UI for this. The UI is very pretty. I like the comic book aesthetic. Really pops out at you. And the character designs are fairly interesting as well. And they like you can differentiate each of them a lot. But like my issues now rely mostly on how the VAs voice act because it feels like it's like first or second take and it feels a bit stiff. And then at times they just fast forward or like slow down if the VA talks too fast. They just slow down or speed up the audio, which is very jarring and noticeable. The dialogue is a bit wonky. Once again, outside of like the reuse of like virtues a lot, it has me a bit concerned with that aspect because it feels like somehow Danganronpa. How do I say this? Danganronpa, but with less substance. I don't know. I don't know if there's gonna be like free time events or like social links, I guess, that helps develop these characters a bit more. But I am a bit concerned that these characters will be more like cardboard cutouts that follow certain character tropes rather than like fully fleshed out characters. Okay, a quick example I could pull from is like you expect. Okay, let's look at ReZero real quick. You expect Julius to kind of be this hoity-toity kind of rival-esque character for Subaru, but no, as you like watch the show and like read the book, the more you realize that Julius is actually kind of fairly respectable. He has his own pride, has his own like honor and moral code. Worked real hard to get where he is, that sort of thing, and he actually genuinely apologizes to Subaru for like, okay, this is spoilers for ReZero, for basically embarrassing him in front of everyone after Subaru claimed to be a knight, being a self-proclaimed knight, and he does that with the audacity of like, you know, doing that in front of actual knights, and then also on top of that, bad-mouthing the knights, you know? A very cringy moment that make many people drop the ReZero anime, but like for me, I just kept on watching, and episode like I believe it was 16 made it all worth it. Really good anime there. I feel like it's like, you know, you get the I wanna say that this story has the potential to like, oh, you think this character is gonna be like this, but then we'll learn why they're like this, and then they develop them more. Like there's more, there are layers, they are onions. There are layers to them. I'm hoping that's like the potential. Like we're doing first impressions. First impressions are like, has me cautiously optimistic. The characters have good potential here. I'm just like, I feel like I need to see more of them before I come to the conclusion with the characters. I'm very much interested in like MC. I like how cheesy his name is, even like with the double entendre of his name, meaning like circle and globe, that sort of thing, you know, and also with, you know, his initials being MC, that sorts of things. I like cute shit like that. I'm an Ace Attorney fan. I like pun names. I like cute little shit like that, and I feel like that's like a nice little additions. I'm interested to see how his character develops as well, because it feels like to me he's gotta like mature and develop his own like moral compass, his own virtues, and like see the world for what it is, you know? Like maybe he can't like completely create a world without suffering, but he can still fight for that dream, if that makes any sense. While still taking care of himself and not becoming fully self-sacrificial. But yeah, this feels like a very much a Type 1 type story, to be good or virtuous, that sort of thing. Type 1, maybe like a little bit of hints of 2 with like, you know, being loved, or like, I guess Type 2s are also known as the helper, that sort of thing. I'm very interested to see where the story goes once again. I feel like this is, like, it has potential to be good, but like, I feel like it's a little early on before I can like give you like a conclusion on like, you know, about this game. But yeah, I'm not going to keep you guys any longer. Without further ado, here's the outro. Until, once again, my next stream is going to be tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific time, and we're going to be finishing episode 3 of Prosecutor's Gambit, and starting episode 4. Alright? I know I'm reiterating this a lot. I'm running, like Maru's name, I'm running around in circles. But yeah, other than that, there's not much else I can really add on to that. Thanks for watching, thanks for being here with me, and until then, don't mind me, I'm just some dude on the internet, and I'll see you guys for tomorrow's stream.